been in the shower together?
Who?
Christian and Blueface.
Oh.
Wait, am I saying it right? Christian or Christian?
Let's just call it Rock.
It's like
Christian.
Chris and then Sean.
Sean, that
Because
makes
they didn't
sense.
know who the daddy was, so it was both Chris and Sean.
Hey. Sean is my brother's middle name.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about we just call it Chris Rock? I think it
Chris
works
Rock.
out.
Okay.
Just shorten it up.
Bluetooth. Did y'all see him on No Jumper? No
Yeah.
Jumper. That was so entertaining, bro. That was so good. I really liked it. Did you like it, or y'all were annoyed
I
by
watched
it?
the vlog, and then I watched a couple of clips from. I didn't get to finish the whole entire piece.
Bro, it was fire. They made so many clips off of them, and they were so clip worthy.
sad.
And they were like 1 minute clips. Each one was like a minute 24 and all that.
Bro,
They're pretty entertaining.
the long story short for you, bro, they get there within probably the first 15 minutes. Christian is upset, and her and Blueface, bro, they're beefing like the entire time, like that they're sitting together, like literally just going back and forth like an actual couple, like not no clout shit, nothing. It was actually just like a couple getting upset with each other, and then she gets kicked off, bro. They're like, all right, well, let's just have you. Oh no, he basically says, like, all right, I'm gonna do the interview alone now. Go sit down. Go sit in the corner.
She ain't having
and then,
it.
bro, she's throwing a temper tantrum on the side. They're having to get her out. Like she's fighting. She kicks one. She broke one of the TVs. She kicked the camera down. Like she was going crazy, bro. It was just like must see TV.
Yo.
And then she and then basically the rest of the interview was just Gina Views, Sharp, and Blueface, and it was great, bro. They were talking about so much different stuff, and then near the end, she came back on and was like, it was just literally like a little kid when they're done like throwing their temper tantrum,
like,
and they're all like sweet and like quiet and stuff.
Are you gonna behave now? And
You
then
were
get him
being
back
mean
in
to
there?
Do
me.
you guys think it was staged?
Nah,
No,
bro, that's
no,
them.
no,
honestly,
nah.
honestly, the next episode of Blueface and Krishan's reality TV show, they need to go to like AA. They gotta stop drinking, because the drinking is what really brings that toxicity
You think
out.
it was the Hennessy?
Oh, 100%. That did you see the bottle?
Nah.
It was a fifth of the Henny, dog. It wasn't even like it wasn't even full anymore. It was like halfway empty.
Oh,
They-
I
she
thought
was
she
so
was
drink-
having cups though.
She was having cups, but I've seen them on the show together, like sharing bottles as if that was a shot glass. Like, yeah, take your drink, boom, clinking a fifth, and then taking a shot. Like, the drinking's bad. But I think it was kind of it wasn't a setup, but it set her up to look terrible. She already came on drunk. Blue was for sure sober. And then, like, him and Sharp kind of already had, like, a little going together, like, oh, as a guy, I'm gonna say this, and we kind of have this banter going on, this friendly banter, and then Krishan didn't do the best job of setting herself up, but it was like to have a conversation. She was so emotional from the jump, and she said that
and they
though.
started out being like nice to her and like trying to like cheer her up, and then it just.
But she
went
was already
down.
depressed, and she was like, "Oh, I might be pregnant, or I might be on my period," and it's like, well, you don't even know how you feel right now. So
Yeah,
she
it
was
was
already an
weird.
emotional wreck and drunk. So it's like when it started
I
getting
might be pregnant.
heated,
You
they
drinking.
didn't help calm her down. Like
She's no different
she couldn't
than
calm
most
herself.
females, though. All females really just want attention at the end of the day, and she's just doing it on the live stage with Blueface. Like, and because Blueface has a ton of clout, you know, she's on that main stage. But a lot of females be doing the same.
Did you
thing,
see?
just on
Did
a
you see what
lower
she
level.
did?
I did. She was wilding out.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of
Yeah,
females
I don't.
do that.
Do you know
Yeah,
any
nah.
females
Why
like
not?
that?
Like, she's a little wild with it. I feel like she might be acting a little extra. Just I don't really think she cares about her image. She just like wants attention.
That's just her.
Wait, how is
bro.
that most female? She is a one of a kind, weird,
I was just
different
talking about
breed.
the attention seeking. She's for sure like an animal. I saw that video of her on the toilet. She didn't even use a paper, bro. She didn't use a paper.
Not
She,
even
like,
the wet wipes.
bare butt cheeks on the toilet seat at I don't even know
At a
where it
public
was.
restroom?
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, you don't
know
have,
you've done
you
that
don't, you don't
before.
have to put the
I'm
seat
a
cover
dude,
down.
bro.
No, you gotta squat though.
Nah, you don't have to put the seat cover down.
Crazy.
There's no rule.
That's how you get butt AIDS.
Maybe that's what I got going on back
That
there.
little rashy rash.
But bro, did you? Honestly, dog. All right. Do you guys feel like Blueface is making good moves in his career based around Krishan Rock?
Yes.
Why?
I think she's bringing a lot of attention to him. I feel like he fell off a little bit, and now like her being in his life has brought him back to that main stage. Like I don't know, has he been putting out music recently? Not
No.
really.
He doesn't.
Not at
He
all.
said he's just not really interested in doing music right now. Like he really likes what he's on and like all the reality stuff. He wants to be in the background. But dude, I do feel you, bro. Like people can hate on Blueface and say like, dang, he focusing all his time on this reality stuff. But bro, all eyes are on him, bro. Like they're posting 1 minute clips and they're getting 80,000 views in like 2 hours, bro. Like you can't act like he's not a specimen to look at. Their whole relationship, and he was talking about that too. Like, bro, everyone's gonna say like, oh, we're irrelevant, we're on dumb shit, whatever, but they can't wait to talk about us. Every time there's a moment that we have that goes viral, they can't wait to talk about it. Everyone's discussing it, and that part really is true, bro. And I mean, I watched the whole interview, dog. I like Blueface, and him, Sharp, and Gina had a great rapport, bro. I did not know that they knew each other like that. I mean, him and Gina like worked together apparently, and then him and Sharp, I just didn't know that they really knew each other like that. The rapport didn't seem like that a while back when he brought the girls on there. It was great.
It's crazy. You know, perfectly made for each other because Blueface fought her dad,
Right.
and then Krishan fought Blueface's mom.
Bro, and he broke down that too. He broke down why she fought his mom,
He
broke
gave
down the sister, and bro, it made so much more sense. So when he explained it, and I was so glad that they asked him about everything that we wanted to know about. Asked about the mom, asked about the sister, asked about the crack on the head, asked about the dad.
About Ak? Did Sharp ask about Ak at all?
Blueface talked about Ak. He didn't ask about Ak. Blueface brought up academics. The same thing I was just saying about how everyone acts like they're irrelevant, then they talk. He was saying, "Oh, who are you talking about?" And he said academics. Like, he's a prime example of that, and that honestly is true. And Ak has had a lot to say about him. But then Sharp also got at academics a little bit, and he was saying like Ak is kind of like passive aggressive because he'll act like, you know, oh, yeah, y'all are dope, Sharp's a star, and then the next line be like, man, I'll put my foot on their necks. And it's like, I like Sharp's take on that. But overall, bro, I thought Blueface handled himself well, man. How could you dislike him?
I thought it was pretty sad, and I don't think that any of them are excused. Like, Blueface made himself look better than Krishan, but they're both terrible for each other, and it's obvious. Like, and he was throwing little jabs at her too. Like,
she'd be on the street in Baltimore.
Nah.
And he kept saying he loves her to death, bro. But you can't deny, bro. She's crazy. Look at her. Look what she did.
She could have been a track star, man. She could have been the next Usain Bolt.
Yeah,
I don't know why she didn't go for that.
Good commentary. Yep,
Yeah.
could have happened.
And you know, they're getting a lot of criticism, but toxic relationships like that are pretty common, I think. I'm just being honest. Like, and
But to that extent, yeah, I guess you're right. But only numbers wise, not percentage wise. But just because like there's so many people, there's bound to be some like. I mean, of course there's abusive relationships, but it's definitely not the norm, bro. It's a little crazy.
It's not healthy, but some people are into it. People are into different things.
I think people relate to them. That's the thing. It's just like
I hope not.
they
I
just
hope
do.
not.
No,
Relates-
100%.
I don't think that many people can relate to
I
that,
think-
bro.
I
Because it's
think
also
it-
being like glorified by, I feel like, by people that haven't actually been through that stuff. Because I feel like if you'd been through a really traumatic, like, bad relationship, it would probably be hard to watch them going through that, like, publicly. I like it though.
How do you feel about the conversation they was having where they tried to get into the whole glass thing? And so she was like, oh, but I didn't hit you first. And he was like, oh, we're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about who hit who. We're just talking about the glass and your response to it. Because then it seemed, because then they had another conversation too about who called who a bitch first.
Oh, well, actually, he
and that was
explained it.
different.
He
Okay.
said that he grabbed her hand where it was like a cut on it when she kept calling him a bitch, and then she hit him. But like, so he
Right.
didn't hit her, or they didn't say he hit her, but like he said that he had grabbed it. Even that, I'm like, yeah, y'all got a weird ass thing going on, because I would never do that. Like, you have a cut on your hand and you grab it, but also I wouldn't be getting called a bitch over and over again. And then that situation, like, he did make her basically admit, like, you didn't call me a bitch, and he wasn't talking to her in the first place. Like, she just wigged out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a bad situation. And then after she hit him with the glass, she was, oh, let me get a vacuum and try to vacuum the glass out this dude's head. Like,
She must be a pro,
wild.
because I wouldn't have
You're
even thought of that.
wild.
I would not have known that that's a possible remedy. Let me
You're
vacuum
wild.
out the glass.
You know, you've seen that at the house so many times.
She's crazy, dog.
Y'all think the cloud has got into their head though? You think like they feel like they have to act a certain type of way now?
Nah, bro. I think he's pretty grounded.
Okay.
For her, I could see it. But also, they were talking about when a girl gets you tatted on her body, like a Sharp's a pimp or was a pimp. When they get it tatted, like, it changed them, bro. Like, they feel so entitled. They feel like they gotta be like your top girl. Like, they want to push aside everyone. Bro, you know, Blueface was also saying, by the way, that she cheats on him. She's
Whoa.
like, so you cheat on me? He's like, yeah. So she be cheating, bro. She beats me up.
Whoa.
And she posts sex tapes.
This
Like,
does not look good. That does not. What? I didn't even know about the cheating.
and he was saying, like, and all I do is cheat. So you could look at that. Yeah, he was pretty honest with stuff, bro. I was so surprised, like, bro, she be cheating on you, bro. Like,
And you still with her? That's kind of shocking.
it's interesting. It's an interesting situation, bro.
Is she the main piece or the side piece?
Main, bro. That's his
Main, for
wifey. What you
sure.
mean?
So he has a
Bro,
side
he's
piece.
claiming her publicly. He's on interviews with her. He's getting his ass beat by her, and he has a whole reality show around him. I don't think that's the side piece.
Well,
Young Miami's a side piece.
Wait, he got
We'll
another
get
girl
into her.
pregnant though. He got another girl pregnant, which he was fucking with before, right?
Well, he has a baby mama. He has
His
2
baby
kids now?
mama. Oh, I don't know if it was another girl, but pretty much there was a story recently where like he gave more attention to his baby mama than he did her, and Krishan was tripping about that shit.
I could see it, but his baby mama has been his baby mama since before he blew up.
Yeah, yeah.
She's from the valley, bro. Mike, you know his baby mama, don't you?
He dipped.
Mike, man. Mike used to know his baby mama, but yeah, he been had her, and they squabbled on a Blue Girls Club, I think, or I think they were going to, or they did, or something. But either way, yeah, Krishan is definitely that's wifey.
I think he just sees her as a ticket, and the second that this shit is over, he's just gonna go on with his career.
You think like a content ticket?
Yeah, for sure.
Same.
Because I mean,
I think he's actually in love.
Bro, I know you said I love
That's
her.
the
I love her
thing.
to death, bro.
'Cause
Because he seems sad about it sometimes.
he seems
Yeah.
really annoyed recently though. Like before, he was able to put up with it. Yeah, it's cool. But like once this show is over, maybe they get 1 season, maybe 2 seasons. I don't know. We'll see where Krishan is at by that point. But like he seems more all the way together mentally, physically, emotionally than she does at this point. Like she might crash out like next week for sure.
But yeah, but the arguments seem. I mean, they seem legit. Like I feel like if he wasn't invested, he wouldn't be like sitting there bickering with her, and like the way they were talking was straight up like a couple. Like if a couple's just arguing in front of you, and it's like, dang, like y'all for sure be arguing a lot just in general. Like it didn't seem like he was just straight like he was dismissive at times, but like because he got frustrated. It wasn't like, because I feel like if he didn't care about her at all, he would just not give a fucking like laugh at her. Like it would just be, he wouldn't be as like I guess like you said, annoyed, because he did seem bothered.
I wonder how long this experiment's gonna last, because I feel like Blueface without her, he's still Blueface. Krishan without him is like,
but that's what he was saying too. Like he knows, like that's what I think. Like he knows he's kind of the only chance she has.
Yeah.
Like what else is she really gonna do, bro?
Why does he care?
He said he tried to. He said
Like-
he cares
like
about her. He
out of
says he
pity?
loves her.
Because he found her at a desolate point in both of their lives, and that's pretty much what he
said. At one point he was giving her $1,000 a week and letting her stay in his house, but it just like enabled her, like made her way worse. Like it was not working out for her at all. He's thinking like, good, I got her like shelter, food, she's all taken care of. She getting $1,000 a week. All she got to do is make music, and it just like she got even more out of control.
How do you like her music?
I've never heard it, except for that time when she was on Blue Girls Club.
I thought I saw it on the vlog, and she was playing it. She was the only one.
Good?
She was the only one singing to it.
Hey, what about Aiden Ross? Didn't they play the stuff over there? Was it hitting?
I think it was Kai Cenat.
They played on Aiden Ross too. They just ended up promoting a bunch of music.
She's not the next best rapper. Let's say that.
No.
They played her
yeah.
music on Kai Cenat?
I think so.
She's not winning a Grammy no time soon. We can just.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't give.
You know what's funny? Wack called this shit so long ago. Like when she first came to the house, he was like, "Hey, Blue, I ain't gonna be around you if you're gonna be with that bitch, that toothless bitch." Like he said that shit a long time ago. And then they had another clip on the show where he was like, "Bro, you need to focus. Like she not helping you make no type of music." They was in the studio together. Like that little episode, it was funny. I'm just like, man, this nigga Wack don't be missing, bro. I don't think he said one wrong thing ever in life.
Also, Blueface does sound like he's in a bad music deal. No doubt about it. He was talking about, like, he was saying that the reason he fell out of love with like rapping and music, one of the big things was his biggest thing was performing and like putting on a show and stuff. So then when COVID happened, there was no shows to do, and he was saying, you know, music business, you know, when you're with labels, you don't really get paid off your residuals and stuff. I'm like, yeah, if you're not in a good deal or if you got a big advance and they never recouped, but people already alluded when they asked him on the Breakfast Club, yo, what kind of deal are you in? You know anything about it? Shit, I don't even know. All I know is Cash Money West. They're like, well, was that signed under Young, or is that signed under Cash Money, or is it under a bigger umbrella? All I know is Cash Money West and Whack 100. I don't really know. So he's in a very bad deal. I kind of figured.
So I heard academics say that he's in a 360 deal. For the viewers at home, could you explain the 360 deal one more time? Is that usually a good one or a bad one?
It's bad. It's like so. Say I have a recording deal. I have all that. Now I go to sell a shirt. They're still the same cut that they're getting, or whatever the contract is. Basically, they're getting paid off of everything I do. Every single thing.
Music label.
Yeah, so every single time I try to go in business, even if like, say I have a partnership with Nike, I'm him now. I got my own shoe. The label is eating off of that. So that affects every business deal I try to get into, because now they know that I'm getting, what I'm making is getting eaten out from another bigger entity. So now they're involved in everything. But basically, yeah, everything you do, they're getting paid off of. So Yachty, for example, remember when Joe Budden was going off on Yachty? Like, you don't even know your fucking business. But bro, the thing is, Yachty was saying, Yachty did sound like an idiot, because he was like, I do the best business, man. Like, I don't even know if I'm the best rapper. I do the best business. And he was in all those Sprite commercials, all that stuff. But he didn't know what kind of deal he's in. He's in a 360 deal. Yeah. That's why they're putting you in all the, like, that's why your label is pushing to get you all these different opportunities, because they're getting stupid bread off of you. Like,
so
they're doing
what's the better deal for you to get into versus like a 360 deal?
Which is not a 360. Most people just wouldn't get a 360 deal. I don't know, publishing deal, or I don't think there's a specific name. But most like first deals are pretty bad, but 360 is pretty bad.
Oh man, that sounds kind of brutal.
You can't just walk away from it?
What's a contract?
Nah,
yeah.
How do you like break the contract?
They probably have to
How do
make
you
a few
same way you
albums.
break any contract?
You gotta
Put out a
meet the
certain amount of
requirements.
music, yeah. But I don't think,
yeah, just complete the contract. Yeah, and you got to do whatever it entails. But breaking the contract, you're gonna get sued.
Bad.
It might be worth it.
I don't even see Blueface making music after this though. Like, why does he need to make music? He has that social currency. He has a reality TV show that he's building. He could build himself a gaming platform if he wanted to.
Seem like he's passionate about it.
He doesn't have to make another song ever if he doesn't want to, because there's not a lot of money in music. It's really coming from touring, right? So, and I don't think a lot of people.
There is a lot of money in music.
Okay.
Just not for his deal, but
Okay.
I mean, think about how much like Lucian Grange is made. Like, bro, it's a huge industry. Think about, you know how much money Russ has independent. Like, dude, there's Lil Baby got over 100 M's. Like, there's a lot of money in music if you have a good deal, but a lot of artists are getting fucked over. But it's a big industry. I mean, any industry, like the movie industry, there's a lot of money to be made. No doubt.
Who's eating off of it.
That's why. Hey, not that Kanye did mention those people, but those people do run a lot of like top things, and they are making a lot of money.
Which people are you talking about?
The heads of big companies are making lots of money.
What else?
But yeah, Blueface and Christian, I ship them. I hope they stay together forever. I'm gonna start watching the reality show.